The late Whitney Houston is, and should be, the focus of this advanced screening of her last film, Sparkle, in downtown Manhattan at the Tribeca Grand Hotel, as we speak to several of her co-stars.
This is Whitney Houston's last role, and it's a very different role for her. How do you think it'll surprise her fans?
Wow, I mean, I think it won't be a surprise in the sense that she's as great as she's always been on screen. She's never disappointed audiences when she's been on the big screen. I think it'll surprise people in that, you know, she had come into her own as a mother in real life, and she brings a lot of that energy.
This performance is her last performance, last fond memory that everybody's going to have of her. She did such a great job. This was her comeback movie, so.
It's her best performance ever. And even though she was not able to see the movie, she knew it. We talked about it, you know, during the course of the movie. She just was in a very good place.
She looks amazing. She gained weight. She looks healthy. She's happy. She's strong. You know, and I just think, I think this being her last film, I think she just left a great gift for everybody, just to say goodbye.
For her fans, for people that love her, the non-critical people, you'll get to see her at her best.
Today, when audiences think 1960s, they think Mad Men.
Yes.
But Mad Men is a very specific viewpoint of the 1960s.
Yes.
What does Sparkle highlight that Mad Men doesn't?
Great question. First and foremost, the African American culture. You know, even though that might sound cliche, it's the obvious piece of material or of content missing from a show like Mad Men. The music.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Motown, Berry Gordy, his aura is all through this movie.
The moment that we sort of focus in the movie is when civil rights were really happening, women's rights were really happening, and one of the other sisters, Dee, really kind of takes that route.
Oh, that's
and
great.
my character just doesn't quite get it, and
Yeah.
so she ends up in toxic relationships, and you know, it gets very complicated for her very quickly.
I think the interesting thing about Sparkle is it's both an inspirational tale and it's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
About, you know, you make some choices, you go down some paths, and you could derail your life forever.
It's just one of those businesses that you're going to get judged in, you know. It's like this is a business that people judge you off your performances. It's a microscope on everything you do, so it just comes with the game.
I feel like my story is kind of like Sparkle's story in a way.
Yeah? You had your highs and lows?
Of course, I think anybody does. Sometimes you think, am I good enough to be the star? You know, in the beginning, Sparkle's not necessarily good enough. You know, that journey of her becoming Sparkle had to happen in order for her to be Sparkle.
What have your own experiences been like with the Fame monster?
You know, fame is something else. You know, I've experienced new friends, old friends, but it's been all fun. You know, it's all been beautiful. I'm just glad I'm in a position to have a fan.
I was in Chicago maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was walking on the pier, the Navy Pier, and this young girl and her mother, who was just as overzealous as her, she was trying to steal a picture, but inappropriately. And I'm with my family and just enjoying myself, and it's happened a lot, and I'm very humbled that, of course, we have fans, but she was just trying too hard. And maybe 15 minutes later, I go to the bathroom, and there's a young teenager in the bathroom, and he comes up to me at the sink. I'm washing my hands, and he goes, "Man, how is it dealing with the ups and downs of fame?" He had no idea of the prior situation that had just happened. So I thought that was a moment, you know. That was a moment of the same thing happening in the same 15 minutes, you know.
A respectful fan and an
Respectful
unrespectful,
and a disrespectful fan.
That's
right.
interesting.